All right, guys, welcome back to another exciting one. So today we want to look at an if and else statement. So, in if and else statement, it's just like, you want to learn how to control the way you write your code. You want to be able to make decisions like that is what if and else conditions really means. So without, taking too much of our time, let's just dive in. So imagine you want to make decision in real life. If something is right, you want to take an action, and if it is not, you want to stop taking the action. Let's imagine you want to log in into probably your account, and if the username and password is correct, you want to log in, and if not, you will not be able to log in. All right, that is exactly what if and else statement really means. So let's say if it is raining, then take an umbrella, and if there is not raining, then you should wear a sunglass. So just imagine how that really works. So that is what it means. So let's look at the real life scenario. Like let's say you want to check if someone is old enough to vote, and if that person is at the age of 18 and above, then that person can vote, or else if that person is too young, then that person is not going to be able to vote. So without thinking too much, let's dive in. I'm going to create a new let me say cell, and I'm going to have an age. I'm going to say this is age, and I say if this age is equals to 18, then you need to have a variable. Let's say if this age is equals to 18, so this is a variable. Then what will happen? Then you now start if. So we now say if, like it is just normal, like if this age and that is above if age, then if age is greater than or equals to, like it's just a normal way of writing things. I don't want to be too thoughtful about this. Just imagine this: if age is greater than or equals to 18, that means from 18 and above, that means that person can vote. Then you have to put a column, double column, like this column. Then the moment you hit on enter, you notice that that blinking line is not starting from if. That's exactly what you need to really master. It's not starting from if it's starting under age. So that's what we call intelligence. So it's very important for you to stay under this. However, Jupyter will help you to do that, but just don't let it go. Be straight under if. All right. So then what we want to just let us know that you can vote, and say print, and let that person know that okay, you can vote. All right. I'm gonna say yeah, you can vote. You can vote. It's very, very easy. Just like pizza. All right, print, you can vote. So then the moment you hit on enter, now the intelligence of Jupyter will still make it to be under print, but you want to probably let us see what if that person cannot vote, then you want to use else. So that is the concept of if and else. So you have to hit on enter. If you look at the if has something like a condition. So this is what we call condition, but else don't have a condition because it's going to just print if the condition is wrong. I'm going to explain what this means. Or let's say, for instance, you now want to say then you cannot vote. You are too young to vote. Say you are too young to vote. All right. So what this thing really means is that you are looking at it like if as condition. So that is what we mean by if condition. And else we just look at if this thing is not true, then this is what you are going to see. Yep, that is what it means, just as simple as that. So yeah, just learn how to type this. You can type it like 10 times for you to be able to master it in your head. And let's run the code. You can see you can vote. Imagine if I change this thing to 7, and I will say, let me just run the code. Okay, you are too young to vote. That is exactly what it means. You can see we're able to control the flow of our code, and this is pretty much excited. So like I would like to probably explain some things to you. Like let's do it ourselves. Let's just imagine something really different. And I am thinking in my head, like, if you have a temperature and the temperature is above 35, and then let's say it is too hot. Now, when temperature is above 35, that means it's too hot. But when it is below that, then let me say that means the weather is fine. Okay, let's check it out. All right, so I'm just going to create another one. You need to always have a variable that you are looking at. So that variable is what we're going to be using the condition to work on. Let me say I have a temperature. I'm just giving you something very simple so that you will not struggle thinking about it when you want to master it. Let's say this temperature is at 35. Then you now want to say if. Then because you want to make use of that variable, you have to type it again if the temperature, then you say if the temperature then is greater than 30. Yeah, if the temperature is greater than 30, don't forget, because it is condition, you have to put double quote. Then you have to see if the temperature is greater than 30. To be honest, let's have a print, and let's say the weather is too hot. I just want to say, let's just print out something, just type in something. It's hot outside. It's hot outside. I'm just probably just typing something in my head. I just want you to understand. I don't want to be too hard. I don't want to talk about it like outside. I don't want to talk about it like something really hard. Then if you want to use S, that means you have to hit on enter and press backspace so that it will start under if. Because don't worry, S doesn't really have conditions like that. It's just like looking at if this entire thing is true, then it's not going to function. But if this thing is not true, then it's going to print out something. As they print, the weather is fine. Yeah. So what we're looking at is that, okay, hold on. Let's say the weather is fine. So what we're saying in Next.js is that if we are able to look at these and we're able to run the code, this is 35 because it is beyond 30, above 30. That means the weather is hot. It's hot outside. Let's run it. You can see it's hot outside. But imagine if I just put 17 or 20, because this thing is below 30, it's just going to tell us that the weather is fine. Just the weather is fine. So that is exactly what it means. So but this is what I now want you to pay attention to. You look at this greater than, less than, equals to, greater than or less than or equals to. This is called conditional statement. And this the condition that we're going to be, that we call it assignment statement, like what you're going to be using to what you're going to be using to compare them together. Yeah. Okay. Call it comparison operator. That is what it means. But don't really worry about it. Let me just open something for you. Let me just google.com. I don't want you to struggle. Let's say comparison operator in Python. So I just want you to see. So I don't want you to start reading slide. Imagine this is greater than or equals to, not equals to. All these things is what we normally use, but I just want to be bringing in as we need them. You can see it is here. You can see equals to, not equals to, greater than or equals to. All these things are called comparison operator, something that you're having in between this. So whatever operator that you want to use, just imagine, okay, what if something wants to be greater than or equals to something? What if something is not equal to? So all these things, what we use, okay? Don't be too hard on yourself. I just give you like 2 things. That's going to be easy. All right, let me give you another operator, which is example number 2. And let's say, like, I want to have something that is divisible by 2. Let's say let's say I have a number, and that number is equal to 3. And I will say now, if then the number, you will see that I'm using the variable alongside. You cannot do without variable. If the number is, now look at this thing that I did right now. I use something like, let me say percentage 2. Let me show you. Divisible by 2 and it is equals to 0. So what this thing really means is that this thing is divisible by 2 and it is equals to 0. So that is what it means. Anything that you divided by 2 and it is equals to 0, that thing is an even number, or that thing is an odd number. So if I divide anything by 2, so the reason why I click on enter, imagine I click on enter, it starts under if, is because I did not put the column. So if you put the column, the intelligence of Jupyter will know that this is a condition. You can see, pam, and I will say print, the number is even. Don't worry about too much of cramming codes. Just understand what it means. Documentation is there. You can really look at something that you've forgotten and you bring it back. I forgot a lot of things and I used Google. So don't stress yourself. If the number is even, it's even. And if I say then else, that means the number is odd. So then say else, that means the number is odd. Print, the number is odd. The number is odd. If you look at 3 now, okay, the number is, if you look at 3 now, what can you see in there? You see that it is an odd number. Okay, good. It is an odd number. All right, now let's just run the code. I might make some mistake, but you can just the number is odd. Let me say 10. Let me say 10. The number is even. So that is what it means. So what I really want you to understand here, you can see I didn't really make mention about too much of, understanding too much of conditional statements. I just want you to really understand how to write if and else statement code without stress. All right, because like I said, I want to shorten this video in such a way that you grasp things quickly without, thinking too hard on yourself. Because if you're putting a lot in your head right now, you might struggle with coding. So I just want you to be able to understand things easily and be able to build on top of it. Imagine if you understand it, that means you're able to write your if and else statement easily. So now think of anything that you want to write. You can think of probably anything, and you see if you can probably use if and else statement to bring it out. All right, this is where I'm actually going to stop for now, and I'm so excited that we're moving forward. So in the next tutorial, we're going to dive into loop, and until then, see you in the next one. Bye.